Thank you to EA and the EA Creator Network for providing me with free codes for the sake of review for the kits featured in today's video. Hey everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be checking out the Sweet Allure kit. For some reason my sim does not have the light color eyebrows she's meant to have, but this is Blakely and she was from a current household I was playing for a little bit. I don't currently have anything going on with her, but she's pretty pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the stuff that this cast kit has to offer. So this kit was created by A. Harris00 Brittany. They are a CC creator, and from what I remember, this stuff's pretty cute. I don't think I have any of this stuff currently, but I used to. But I don't have like a whole lot of custom content in my game right now to begin with, like hair wise, and I know they make awesome hairs, but I need to go ahead and change out her hair so that we can go ahead and actually check out some of these, clothing options, but none of these are looking all that cute on her. Okay, that's not bad. We can look at the space buns, I think. I think I want to look at the space buns. But okay, so starting off, we have this top, and this is super cute. So it's kind of like a peak kind of thing with the bows, but like, are you kidding? It's so cute. Ooh. Okay. I like the green tones. I really like that brown and pink, though. Pink and brown, lavender and white. Pink. Okay, I'm obsessed with the color options. Then we have this kind of like baby doll top. I feel like these are becoming very trendy again. And was it early 2000s that had like these baby doll tops? I feel like she's got like such bad posture. But like, I can't seem to fix it. Normally I feel like I can, so maybe she already, has it, but I feel like she's got bad posture. But like, was it early 2000s that had like the baby doll tops like this? But like so cute. Then we have this, and it's kind of, it's different. I don't know necessarily what to call this, but it looks like the white part stays the same. There's some color options I like better. I like the lighter ones with the white compared to like the darker ones. It's cute though. I feel like I'd have to have a very specific sim that would pull this kind of whole thing off though. Then we have this kind of sweater ensemble here, and I feel like this is very much Blakely's vibe. She's kind of a little bit more on the nerdy side, so I could definitely see her wearing something like this. But this is so cute. I don't know how I feel about the pink and black in that one. I feel like it's a little bit harsh, but that's just me. But like, this is cute. Ooh. And then we have this cute off the shoulder. This also gives me very early 2000s. Is that coming around again, the early like 2000 styles? This is pretty though. I like this. I like this pink a lot. This kind of like dusty rose pink. Big fan of that. But like, there's something about the browns and pinks that's getting me in this. I don't know, I'm very like captivated by the brown and pink. Okay, so for bottoms, let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of bottom options. So we have this skirt here that has a lace bottom. This is cute. I would also love to see this in just like a normal, like plain denim. I think that would also be very cute. But I like that you can match the lace to your other tops, like the brown and the pink. This is cute, I like that. And then we have a pair of jeans. Ooh. Yeah, I like these. And the one thing I like about like glitter kits, they have the right shades of denim every time. Like there's never a miss when it comes to the shades of denim that they have. And it always just works so well. And then we have this, which has a ribbon around the thigh. This is cool. I don't think I've seen something like this before, so I like this. We've got the greens and the pinks and the purples. So everything does kind of match together, which is quite nice. And then we've got these shorts. Oh my goodness, the hearts on the bum. Cute. I like this. Okay, I'm a big fan of this casket so far, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this stuff's all very cute, and it's all very girly and, like, frilly, which is not typically my sim style. I kind of tend to lean more towards the grunge sims, but very cute. Then we have this skirt here that has the ribbon tied around it. It kind of gives me, like, tennis skirt vibes for some reason. But, like, I definitely think if it was dressed properly, you could make it work. I wouldn't pair it personally with this top. But, like, this is cute. Oh, I like the whites. I also quite like that yellow, though. And then we have this kind of very short schoolgirl skirt, not shirt. Okay, the blue. Ooh. Okay, I like these. Oh, and there's some plain options too. That's quite nice. I like this. I would also love like a slightly longer version, but like this is cute. Do we have any accessories? Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any there. So we'll go ahead and check out shoes and then we'll hop up into other accessories too. Ooh. Okay, so we have some heels that have a bow on them. Okay. Cute. I like how chunky they are. I like the chunky heel, that's fun. And then we'll pop up here and take a look at accessories up here too. Let's see. Okay, so we have a pair of earrings. So let's go ahead and take a look. So it looks like they have a bow and then like a little kind of dangle. I like the rose golds. I like that you have options for the same colors in black and white too. But those are quite cute. And then, is this new? I feel like it has to be because it's got a bow on it. It is new. Okay, so we've got a little beret. This hair doesn't necessarily, go that well, but this is cute. I was just double checking just to be curious. I didn't think there was actually going to be a hat. I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay. I feel like I need like a longer hair. Not that one. Or that one. Probably not this one either, but you can kind of see how it looks with like an actual down hair compared to an up hair. Okay, so I hopped over to the men quick, and then we're gonna hop over to the women again because I have to check out full body outfits. So this is new, this second chain. I don't know why I am not able to see that for the female Sims. But this is a new necklace. They also have the same earrings. But yeah, I think it's kind of odd that you specifically have to go into the necklace tag to be able to see that. So I don't know if maybe that's a glitch or maybe it's me having, some outdated mods and CC in my game because I do have to update those. But here is what this looks like. So you've got the kind of like pearl necklace with the Fleazer Bunny chain underneath it. It's fun. I kind of like it. And then we've got some more stuff for the men's. We have this blazer with the bows on it too. Like this. I could definitely see myself using this. There's blue, brown, greens. I like the color palette for this. Ooh. Okay, that light like sage green. Big fan. I also like the yellow. And then we have this kind of fuzzy cardigan vibe going on. Let's see, so this is what the back of it looks like. It's quite sharp. I like this. There's something very, I want to say like romantic about the color palette. Do we not already have this shirt? Is this not a base game shirt or one very similar to it? I like the color palette. Here's what it looks like. But is Jay Huntington III not wearing something very similar to this? Sorry, I'm sidetracking. As you can see, I haven't explored the new update yet. Where is that shirt? This one. Okay, so it's a long sleeve button down for the original one. This one's a polo. So I guess looks slightly different, but it's a very similar concept. I actually think I like the short one better. Then we have this kind of frilly party shirt here. I don't necessarily know what to call it. But here is what this looks like. I feel like I would have to have a very specific kind of sim that could rock this. But I like it. It's fun. And then we have this, which I don't love the texture on this black. I don't know. Something looks a little bit harsh on the black to me. But this is cute. It's a little kind of like sweater combo. And I feel like we have something similar to this. But I like the Peter Pan neck collar situation we have going on. But do we have something like this already? Or am I just losing my mind? Maybe I have something like this in The Sims 3. That might be what it is. I think I have something exactly like this in The Sims 3. Yeah, because none of this is like necessarily what I'm thinking. So maybe I'm thinking Sims 3, which is very well possible. But okay, so I think that was it for tops. So very cute. I'm gonna go ahead and throw, let's do this back on, maybe, in, I don't know. So it looks like we have two pairs of bottoms. So we've got a pair of jeans have bows on the butt and like a little kind of pearl chain. Okay. So the bows on the back change color based on the denim shade. That's kind of fun. I like that. And then we have a pair of shorts, but yeah, those ones are pink, these ones are white, you can kind of see. And then we have a pair of shorts, which these actually look quite sharp. I'm just gonna like buff him up a little bit so I can just kind of, showcase this a little bit better. Okay. And then here are these shorts. I think these would look super cute with like a tucked in t-shirt. I can see the vision. I love this color palette, it's so fun. And then we have a pair of shoes that also kind of have that chain on them. They're a little bit of like a dressier pair of shoes. I'm gonna throw a shirt back on him because I feel like he needs it. Yeah, this shirt definitely doesn't go with these shorts. We're gonna ignore it. It's fine. It's just to cover up so that he's not distracting away from the shoes. That's all. But okay, so for the shoes, we've got a lot of colors. I like that there's actual like colored shoes. I feel like that's fun. If you're doing something that's like a little bit more basic and then you can add like a pop of color with a pair of shoes. Okay. And don't mind me just double checking accessories. Because now I'm paranoid that things aren't tagged properly. Those aren't new. Okay, hopping back over to Miss Blakely. So there is a new pair of tights. I don't know why they didn't show, but for some reason they didn't. But there is a new pair of leggings. So here's what these look like. So they're kind of like a fishnet with like diamond kind of vibe. Some of them are plain fishnet, some of them have diamonds. I like the brown. Okay. I don't know how I would use those, to be completely honest. I'm sure I could figure it out, but there's two necklaces that for the female Sims. So why I couldn't see those before, I don't know. The one is the same as the men's, and then the other one is this kind of version here with the bow. So here is what this one looks like. I'm glad I pulled up the page for this kit so that I could go ahead and make sure that I'm not missing anything. But yeah, something might not be tagged correctly, or maybe it's some mods, I'm not all too sure. And then this is the same one as the male sim, so we'll just quickly go through this. But it's cute, I like it. And then we have the outfits. So there's two dresses that we have to go through today. So this is what they look like. So we have this one here, which gives me kind of like very presidential vibes for some reason. I don't know why, like old housewife vibes. Okay, this is cute. I like the Peter Pan collar on it. It's very cute. But you can't tell me that this pink swatch doesn't give you Jackie Kennedy. And then we have this one here, which it gives me kind of like teenage sim vibes. I don't know if I'd use it on an adult sim, but I think it would be cute for like a teenage sim. I like that it's kind of like that corset top. It's very frilly. It's quite cute. Okay, so moving on, this is going to be the portion for the sleek bathroom kit by, I'm going to say SYBOULETTE, but I don't know if that's how the name is pronounced, so if I butchered that, I'm sorry. But actually did a little build for this one, which I don't typically do, but I like building bathrooms. I find it quite fun. So we went ahead and we ran with it, and you're gonna see me kind of, focus on that. Everything in this build is from the kit, other than I used a different floor. The one flooring is base game, but otherwise everything in this build is from this kit. I'm thoroughly impressed, I'm not going to lie. I quite like the way that this looked. I didn't realize at this current point that you see, didn't realize there was a specific like shower wall that you could use. So once I figured that out, it's a complete game changer. But I am honestly thoroughly impressed. I was trying to kind of like mimic to see if I could get this to glitch in the wall. It did not work out the way that I wanted it to, but the end process I am quite happy with. I will actually have this room build up on the gallery if you are interested, which I don't think I've ever uploaded a room build before. But this is an awesome kit, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of nice to have different options. So at this point, you're seeing me play around and kind of learn what I can do with this kit, and everything you're currently seeing me do, I completely scrapped. So that's kind of a fun time, but I am quite happy with the final process. And I don't know, it's kind of nice just to like sit and build. So eventually here, I cut this room down to be a lot smaller than the initial size that I made it. I don't know why I initially made it so big. I don't entirely know what I was thinking there, but for some reason I did. But I moved things around to try and figure it out this whenever I sized it down, because I was like, I don't need all of this space. So it's a pretty small bathroom. I think it's maybe like 4 by 3. Pretty sure it's 4 by 3. So pretty small, but not terrible. But I went for a kind of charcoal tile out here because I wanted it to be a different tile in the shower. I don't like having the entire floor being that one tile that you're kind of like trying to showcase in the shower. So you'll see that I do change that up. Eventually, I do find it's the tile that I was looking for. It took me a little bit longer than I expected, though. I don't know why, but it did. But I ended up going with this one, and I liked the looks of that. It was kind of nice to have a contrast of something a little bit darker. So this is when I realized there was that invisible shower shield, and I was like, oh, I can use this. This is fantastic. So it makes it look a little bit cleaner, which I am a huge fan of. So this is what it kind of looked like there. And it's a little bit open, but I don't mind that with my bathrooms. And then I put the bathtub over here because I was like, this is perfect. I should have probably turned it around though, so that the plumbing looked like it was coming out of the wall. So that's on me. In the uploaded version, I will have that fixed. But every single thing from this kit, other than the wall sconce, I think the wall sconce is the only thing I didn't use. Everything else is in here though. So I went ahead and used this shelf as like a little kind of shelf above the bathtub. I love the look of the little hanging plant over into the bathtub. I thought it was so pretty. And then we put some soap and some towels over there. And then I used the wall divider to section off the toilet. And then we have a little like toilet brush, so I put that over here too because I thought that was kind of fun. And then I went for the Delca one to match the floor a little bit. Oh, and that's the other thing I didn't use was the bigger shelf because I didn't necessarily know where to fit that in here. Now you're going to see me struggle a bit trying to figure out spacing. So I really wanted this plant. It took me a second to kind of figure out where I was going to put it, but I do eventually, figure it out. It's just kind of me testing and seeing what I like and what works well. I put the plant on the other side of this divider, and then the basket is over here by the sink. Um, I left that to have the gold plumbing, and then we added this meal, which I think is super fun. I love that. And then I actually used another one of these little shelves as an addition over here, which I was going to try and mimic as like the counter, but I lifted it a little bit and just put the little care box up there, and then the toothbrushes and everything are actually on the sink. We have this little kind of towel rack that I kind of just sectioned right there because I was like, I don't think that'll block anything off. But then I moved it. I think I put it over here instead so that I knew that it wasn't blocking. Added a pop of color with that. But other than that, I think that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, you can hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post typically 2 to 3 times a week. If you are already subscribed and want notifications for when I post, hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on. Thank you again to EA and the Creator Network for the codes provided for review, and I will see you all next time. Bye, lovelies!